Peace and love, everybody. How y'all doing? Here I am to share another message. And sometimes I get this feeling, being as sensible as I am, uh, that no one's really going to take heed to my word because I guess due to the things that's already taking place out here in life, in which, it seems that having money, financial power, is the most leveraging tool that can and is being used to control people. Follow me? So because I don't have it like that, and I can put out whatever kind of irrefutable truth, I can lay it out. I can lay it down. I could put it in the most simplest way. I could put it in an advanced way for those who have a high caliber in the vocabulary usage and whatnot. And nothing much is gonna get done because of the leveraging power of money, and those who know how to use it in order to further manipulate. And I say further because it is very as extensive right now as we speak, as it was before, so it is now, and will it be in the future. My recent video, and for those that know, that time is a trinity in which you can't have one without the other. So you have the past, the present, and the future. What was, what is, and what will be. You feel me? So moving forward, I'm gonna continue to do what I do, and I can do my best to put things into practice, and with a whole bunch of high hopes and prayers that it will come to some avail. I can do so, and I will in measure, because it's very tough to do upon my lonesome. And I think what a lot of people want to see is something that comes with an entertaining appeal to it. So we can laugh and we can, smile about it often, as if there's not enough entertainment going on in the world. So those that I come after, and I'm talking about the sense of those who try to put the word out and and speak to the people on a serious note, rather than trying to be all appealing and singing a message or singing a song. It's like, well, I don't think a lot of people understand the heaviness of like being in this position where it's like a gift and a curse. And we try to find ways to transmute the energy to live a more happier life. And we can do so. Yeah, no doubt. But there comes a time where we as a collective, primarily of all tribal families, hence coronavirus and what started out with COVID-19 and yada, 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 that shut the whole world down, in order for us to now concentrate together, first of the biological family, to the church, and everyone that shared that intimate circle with you, right? Okay, so there's a time that always comes for that. But what happens? Lack of knowledge of what's pertinent to life and sustainability for family, legacy, covenants, posterity. We have to remember, especially for my ADOS family, many things were taken away from us, and it was taken away from us for a reason. Not just because we were removed from the land. Because you got people, if we could put it in a sense where we have Indians who are removed from their country, just in the sense of traveling out from their country. We have Dominicans traveling out from their country. We have Haitians, Jamaicans. We have people from all over the world who are so-called removed just by taking a flight. But they still have their tongue. Are you following me? So as I've said before in the previous video, there was something that we did. It's something that has happened and transpired for us to lose our tongue and sense of self. That's a heavy punishment. That's a curse. That's a cross, man. But I would have to say that a lot of my people don't even want to take accountability for that, being that we are living descendants of our ancestors. Not to say that all our African people may come from the loins of man that have been chastised and cursed from the Almighty. But something had to happen for us to don't even know. I mean, we have a lot of elders right now, 50s, 60s, don't even know who they are according to the tribe. All they know is their government surname and their nationality as far as being born within the country and maybe 2 generations back. Who are the record keepers? Who are the record holders? Those are things that's important. So who we are, it's as to where we're going. Because it hurts my heart to see and have been woken up to see that we are basically, as we may have heard it before, somewhat like cattle. So we continue to be cherry picked or apple picked out of the hood when that one man or woman, male or female, get that light and they're calling. But how come it just always have to be like a one here or a one there or a one over there? Who made it like this, man? Why? Because a book said so? Just something we got to question here. Come on, let's be serious. There should be no reason why you have those people that's looking to master their lives in righteousness when you have those, and they're by themselves more so, or they're in a very small group. But then you got those who are out there in the world really not contributing nothing really, but they out there doing something foul, or they may be doing something that's a little bit entertaining to give us a good laugh, and they got the whole gang with them. They got a whole bunch of people. I tell you. But, you know, due to the complexities of life, there's many ways that we can perceive it, many ways that we can look at it. And for those who know it, can say, well, although that may be true, brother, well, consider the fact that the ones that you got with you, even if it's a little group, account for thousands because you guys are the light bearers. As for those who are slumbering, who don't really contribute much, but are trying to live their life, because this is not trying to play nobody out there. No. This is not trying to put anybody down, because we all trying to make a living. But there's not a lot of people who's willing to do the serious work, where I believe that when it gets like that, and most of us want to say, you know what, man, let's go about this. The magic that can happen within 1 year's time, I believe it can happen. And not just in the sense of spontaneity, no. But there's many things that can happen with the fact that we got the melanin. Come on now. What is it that we cannot do? Anyway, and I'm talking to myself here, because I am reluctant to do some things, to engage in some things, and to try to do some other works, and that's because I'm dolo. So therefore, although I may harness some power, in which I don't have no doubt about, But I made a calculation just the other night as I was sitting down. Typically, when I go to sit down and I'm about to catch my rest, and even when I wake up, as I be more sensible of energy and spirit, I can see that most people are in the ways of the world, which means that's a lot of power. Meaning, if you were the crew, just like commonly when I'm sitting down and I see the people uh, coming out the door from off their flights, and they have the flight crew. They always do a lot of side talking. I always hear them, things that speak to me. I catch wind on it. I catch wind on it. Yes, I do. Oftentimes, every day. All right, and I'm not tripping. I thought about it. I said, "Wow, check that out." And most of them will follow along and yeah, ha, 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 because they're together. They're a group. You follow me? That's There are power in numbers, aren't they? So, and then you got those who work behind the counters. You got those who work at these city offices for administration and whatnot, and municipal jobs and white collar jobs. And they all down with the get down with the ways of the world. So this is me. Like it's no easy task because everywhere you look, everywhere you go, there it is. And for those who know what I'm talking about, know what I'm talking. It needs to link me on a serious note. In fact, so trust me, I have my faith. There's no doubt about it. It's just that it gets heavy, man. And I'm a light. I only weigh 100 and something pounds for being about 6'1", man. So anyway, let me continue on where I'm at. 12 minutes. So there's work to do. There's work to do. What I wanted to say is I need help too about trying to really understand what this so-called balance thing is about, brothers and sisters. Because as I put it out there, when many want to talk about balance to give reason or make excuses for their wicked indulgences, I say, well, as I've said before, how come the most melanated are living so degenerated? If everything is about balance and everyone came from us, well, and due to their strength in numbers, well, I know when you're melanated and you got that light, well, you're a strong being. Even if you're in the ways of the world, you still got that melanin. Your hair still stands, brother and sister. So there's mercy extended on both sides. So the most melanin, I believe, the most melanated should have the most. Is it not true? The land of Africa still have and will always have the richest resources, which is a representation of who we are. We represent the seeds of that land. So who would take a seed of a fruit, a precious fruit? Who would take a seed from a precious fruit in Africa and go to Antarctica and try to plant it? Will that seed grow in Antarctica? Under what conditions? By what means? Follow me here. Don't the man carry the seed of life? Anybody study spermology? I've mentioned environmental factors many times before. So concerning who we are and really getting deep within this thing, what's up? Let's also take into account the weather inconsistencies here in America that we've been facing for years. Yeah, we put on the Timbs and the hat and the coat, this, that, and the third. A lot of people died for their Timbs. A lot of people died for their jacket, getting robbed in the hood, this, that, and this is what we continue to do. And some brothers glorify that shit. What are we really paying attention to, man? All right. So now we have an African diasporic family that's all over the world. as to where we got tribal brothers over there, we got tribal brothers over there. But let's just say, being that I'm here at JFK, any one of them could come walking through that door. That's the tribe of me, due of my father, of the paternal line. I may be looking on to that brother, but don't even know. We don't even know we have the same tribe. And a lot of us talk about spirituality. Well, let me tell you something. Let's say you harm one of your tribal men, tribal brothers and sisters that you may not, you might, and this is for my brothers and sisters in the hood too. You may not even know that that's of your tribe. So when we say, yeah, we making our ancestors proud, oh no, the hell we not, because we don't even know that we causing damage, injurious harm onto our own tribal men. For what cause? For what reason? What happened? Is it something childish? Is it something? Is it legit? Is it? What's the reason? What's the cause? But nah, we don't think about them things, and we don't care about that. Why? Because we got to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? I got to clap shorty cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we got to go get this bottle. Yo, we got to get this. Yo, them new J's coming out. Or this, that, and the third. All right. Yeah. I tell you, it gets it gets real the more you learn about life, man. Um, so I got to know what this balance thing is about because, yo, you gotta have balance. You gotta have balance. First, all right. So let's put it in a sense like this. As for me, I went plant-based and I went veganism. I stopped the smoking. I stopped the drinking. I don't lust women. I'm not I'm not that perverted guy. So, but I've been indulging in the Black and Miles. I've been indulging in a couple drinks. Then I want to be, not want to be, but I'm talked about as if, oh, he's not a man of God and this and that, or look what he's indulging in. Look what, or you know what I'm saying? So, and it's not that I was really paying attention to that, like, oh, yeah, I'm listening to them and they're right and they're right. No, but I'm looking like, yo, well, for all the smoking and drinking I've been doing, where did it put me? Where did it lead me to? What did I gain from the smoking and the drinking? Oh, I went to the deli store. Some dudes gave me a couple props. Yo, yeah, dudes I don't even know. Yeah, what up, bro? Yo, your fro tight. This, that, and the third. I mean, you know, we try to express love in many ways. Yes, indeed. Big shout outs to that. But we're living so degenerated, and we have been degraded that right there, it just ain't gonna cut it. And some people out there understand and know exactly what I'm talking about. Because a lot of small talk, we don't got time for. Especially when you know that there's serious things to get done. But I'm questioning, what is this balance thing about? I don't got no crazy pit. I had 2 piercings right here, and that's that. They closed up though. I got no tats on the body. I have no illegitimate children. I've been smoking here, a little bit of Black and Miles here, ginger wine, a couple beers or whatever here and there, yeah. But now, where it got me, I still do my lemons and my ginger and my garlic. I speak the truth. I'm trying to tabulate things up here for y'all. And as for self, to see what is it bearing. All right. So maybe I'm doing something wrong that's keeping me from the ways of the world. That to be accepted into some kind of society. All right, fine. Well, I gaze upon my brothers and sisters out there that's doing them. They have divorce issues. They have parenting issues, right? I mean, but they living though, right? Okay. all these problems that we got going on, money is being made and money is being spent, but yet still as a collective, from the righteous side to the dark side or whatever, we still don't own nothing. So as I said before in the last video, for everything that we withhold, the melanated people, even on the dark side, I don't see where we winning. Where's the businesses? Where's the institutions? God damn it, where's the laundromats? What we got? Unisex beauty salons to continue to look good in the splendor of wickedness. And we still want to talk about the government. We want to talk about white people when they doing their thing. I'm at a loss of words. I get confused, and I could try to map it out. But now some people may see this and be like, "Yo, I don't got time for that, yo." Well, with all respect, I would just have to say, because I still, of course, I have hope and faith, but I would just have to say that, as I said to a lady and a guy at a bus stop about 2 weeks ago, as a little altercation happened there, I said, for the people who don't want to live in truth and speak the truth, well, and do the work, those are the ones that shall not partake in the hereafter when newness comes, when greatness comes as a result of living in truth, standing in truth, and then be able to bear fruit of truth. People, those who didn't want to be brave and bold, should not partake in that wonderful life, land, city, state, province, sector, however you want to put it. Why? Because they didn't want to do the work. So therefore, you are where you are. And you may be getting fed with a long spoon out of love and mercy. And it is what it is from there on out. Until you get your exaltation. Until you get exalted. Anointed and exalted. And you make your way up. You graduate. Because that's what we all here to do. So it's easier said than done. I get it, and come on, man, I get it and I understand. But I just want to tell y'all something too. The European Union, those families of the European Unions, they did not get their freedom by buying it. As I made reference to what people talk about as concentration camps back in the days of the Jewish people, well, I conceptualize it as, yes, they had concentration camps. They camped together and concentrated on how to come about as men and women of power. That's what they did. They didn't buy their freedom. They got together and they worked for it. By what means, I don't know. I'm not justifying any wickedness here, but it is what it is. What are we doing? We feel that we 2 checks away from being homeless and maybe humiliated. Who got time? Who cares about humiliation when we really know what the hell we got to do, and we know that once we get together, oh, it's going down, baby. So now, for the love of having these big cars and cribs, look what we're really losing as to what's being gained in the future. Ain't nothing being really gained but more filth and wickedness, because we ain't ready to make those major sacrifices and know how to leverage our power as we're being used right now. Primarily talking to my African family. Well, as I've always been looking for a word or two or someone for drop a comment, I get nothing. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm going to continue to put out whatever I put out. And not just putting it out, but I'm going to try to, or rather do my best. I don't want to talk words of doubt here. But try to, do my best to, try to bring something about. And I could try all I want. Not to say I'm going to be deterred, but you know, I have this feeling. I'm being like, I get this feeling, like a hunch, that because I don't deal with a lot of things going on in the world, that is like, yo, I kind of feel like it's gonna be impossible to achieve things that's something, and to live in the glory of it, to bask in it. Yep. In a way, in a sense, because a lot of people don't, they ain't willing, and I understand. As far as, like I said before, they've been through a lot to get to get that house, to get that car, to have that way of life. Certain things that they just didn't know, but it is what it is. And okay, well, they got what they got, and I guess that's it. And so now, fairly so, everything moves with time. So it's simple to me. It's nothing complicated about it. The longer we take, the, the slower we move, and the longer it's going to take for us to really, own things, to have our proclaimed sovereignty and exercise it for righteousness' sake. I don't see what's the problem with that when all life came from us, yo. Do you know the power in that? As I said before, there are Europeans out there. They do what they do. They humble themselves and they know what's up. They know that they are descendants of us, but I guess there's something going on with them where they feel like a lot of them became so high minded, because I guess in a way it feels good to know that they got a edge over us because of intelligence and what they were able to achieve and establish and accumulate within their European Union according to each family under their religious flag and whatnot. I get it. I sense it. I see it. And it's not a hate thing, but it is what it is. See, I don't glorify none of the nonsense and the wickedness that may be going on. I can't call everything out like that, but I know something's wrong. I know that there's something wrong, being that it's 2024 and being that the most melanated is living so degenerated considerably, where I don't feel we have a strong union power as the EU. That something is most definitely wrong that we need to focus on within our houses, instead of just trying to, you know, mock, humiliate, ridicule, blame our inheritable family that came from the loins of the original man and woman. Do you follow me? And that's all I'm gonna say for now. Until my next video, you know, because I'm still gonna be trying to find out what this balance thing is really all about. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of faking going on out here too, as far as I'm concerned. So, like I said, man, I did the smoking. It was days where I smoked weed and all that. I went to parties and all that. But what did it produce? What do I have to show for that today? Where the calling is basically upon all men, especially of African descent, to wake up and do some work. There are just some things that, as it pertains to me, it pertains on to you, African brother and sister. There are some things that are just, and it's like it attributes to the base structure of our heritage. That's why everything is so interconnected. I guess I gotta expound on that on another video, but I'm gonna lay it down right now, man. So, thanks a lot for your time. Yes, indeed. Drop a line, let me know what's up. It is what it is. Peace, love, and light, y'all. Ashe.